everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Tube, where it is ActionX's premiere show where we talk about all things television. Mostly we're reviewing shows by an episode-by-episode basis, season-by-season basis, or quick impressions. However, sometimes we do make predictions on future seasons of shows. Today, we are doing The Rookie Season 4 predictions. It feels so long ago that almost a year ago, I'm pretty sure we passed a year ago, I did the season 3 predictions video, and now the season 3 is come and pass. It's weird. I'm getting old. Like, I was not expecting, like, oh, damn, a year from now? I am not expecting that, and here we are. Season 4 is on the way for fall. We'll get to all that. So, today I'm going to talk about everything I'm expecting to see in season 4. Now, be aware, I will be spoiling everything from season 3. So, if you have not yet seen The Rookie season 3, go watch it right now. It's on Hulu, the entire 14-episode season. Go check it out. And if you want to, you can check out the season 3 review just before you get in there. And then while you're watching it, you can watch all of our episode reviews on top of that. And then come back here to the season 4 predictions video if you want to hear my thoughts on what's going to happen next season. So with that being said, let's get down to it. So again, last warning, we're going to go into spoilers. So here we go. The Rookie Season 4 will be arriving on our airways this fall on ABC. Once again, returning to the Sunday time slot at a grueling 10 o'clock at night, which I hope to God I don't get a new job by then, and then it screws over my sleeping schedule. Oh man, this fall is going to be rough. But hey, I love The Rookie. I signed myself up for this. We're doing Season 4. I'm excited. We're in an interesting place because when we were talking about this last year, COVID was a thing. It was a big thing then. It's still a big thing now, but like we're kind of coming out of the woodworks with it. Season 3 was mostly filmed it was filmed during COVID, so a lot of regulations were enforced, a reduction of episodes because like it was just too risky to do a full season. I expect season 4, as more of the actors and the crew members are getting vaccinated, I do expect them to go back to the old 20 episode order. I do believe that would be the case. Will it be longer just to like make up for season 3? Probably not. I'm pretty sure season 4 will be a standard 20 episode season. We'll get like 8 episodes in the front, 9, I'm assuming 8 or 9 in the front and fall, and then we'll be back in the spring for the remaining half. They have not announced a return date just quite yet, but if I'm going to base it on the first 2 seasons, I can expect a very end of September or start of October release. I have no clue when they're shooting because, again, we're kind of at the weird place because like last year was definitely we're trying to adjust to COVID. Now we're trying to adjust. We're trying to ease back into like an old production schedule. But I feel like if it gets to season 5, I feel like that will be more of the standard. Like, hey, we're going to shoot in July, August, and then we'll run through till March, wrapping up the season. So that's how I believe this is going to end up. So for season 4, I think that'll be around the case. Like we'll start around July and August, like, you know, and get acquainted back there. We have been confirmed for the fall. So it's coming back this fall. So we will return with season 4 episode reviews in the fall. Can't wait for that. So what do I want to see overall storyline wise? Because this season it had a lot going on. Season 3 had, well, we had the West and Doug arc. With West trying to figure out and fight the racism that exists within the police department. We had Nolan finishing up everything that happened with, oh my god, it's been so long, I forgot about season 2 already. I forgot his name. He finished up that arc, and then he was going into trying to become a TO and trying to get back into it and discover the world's kind of more which different shades than he was expecting. Lopez definitely had like a little bit of like the biggest. I think next to Nolan, this was and Nolan and West, Lopez. This was another forefront this season for her, as giving with everything she had to do with it. Her becoming a detective finally, her becoming pregnant, and then her taking on La Fiera. There was a lot for Lopez to do this season, and I have hopefulness that season 4 will continue that up. And then Chen had a little bit more. Chen had more with everything with her finishing up her rookie program and then going into becoming potentially undercover work down the line. and Harper trying to more. It's more only was like on the romantic deal. Like, is she ready for a romantic relationship? Is she ready to like return to that world? And I feel like Bradford and Gray kind of got like the short end. Like, they had something, but they didn't really have much going on, in my opinion. So there's a lot to work on there. So for season 4, so here's the big. This is like the biggest prediction I want to do in season 4. I want them to do a time jump. That sounds crazy, but let me now, interview wise, it will contradict my theory, but at the same time, I could see it happen. So when I was doing the very last of the season 3 episode reviews, when Chen was about to go undercover, my original idea was, okay, they're going to do the wedding and then Chen's going to go off to her undercover work. And the way they emphasize, we don't know how long it's going to be. There is no return date. It's only when you're done, you get to come back to society. In this instant, I initially thought, like, okay, Chen's going to go underground, and then when she comes back in season 4, that's the return point. Like 2 years, 3 years, and a lot has changed. Chen's kind of like our fresh eyes, and we see a whole new batch of rookies. Everyone's a little bit different. That's what I wanted to see. But then they kind of wrapped everything up in one episode, which kind of really bummed me out. But I still think they could still do a time jump. Because, again, remember, they have confirmed somewhat that COVID exists in the rookie world. And it's because timeline-wise, they're not caught up them yet. So I do recommend they do a time jump at some point in season 4. I know they probably want to play around with rookie, with Nolan being a regular P2, a regular cop for a while. I would then move it back to like the mid-season mark. Like, oh, we have like a break and then we cut 2 years later or 3 years later and we just see Nolan as a TO and we see how he is, the one now leading the ropes. That sort of. I would love to see that. Now, of course, obviously, barring forget, I would love the rookie for gone for multiple seasons. So hopefully maybe they'll do things. But the thing is that the first 3 seasons alone only encompass 1 year. So, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm debating in my head right now. Like, should they do a time jump or should they wait on it? Like, that's a lot of things that I'm still like thinking of right now. And I'm hopeful they're going to make the right choice and do a time jump. I do think it's a very worthwhile move. And I feel like season 4 would be a pretty good place to like put it in. But character-wise, in terms of like just picking up the storylines from season 3, we'll go in order. We'll go in, of course, obviously, low. I don't know how to say it, like low to up. Like in terms of like who didn't get much to do this season, I hope they get more this season too. Than the people who got a lot this season. I'll give like my brief thoughts in a little bit. Commander Gray. I love him so much. I really do. We had that little bit scared in the beginning of season 3 when he said he might retire once this current batch of rookies are done. I was scared, but it seems like he wants to do more work in terms of like fixing up the issue of racism within the police department, and hopefully he gets to do that. I feel like that wasn't touched upon much in season 3 because I feel like there was just too much going on. Like he did say like, I'm going to stay because I want to make that change, and of course obviously there was like so many other things going on, so I can imagine that not being the case anymore. But I really do think they could make a big point this season for him that could be maybe he discovers another problem like that, or maybe he's just trying to like really get into the problem with like maybe new cases rising, like new incidences rising throughout the other departments in LA. That would be something interesting for him to explore a little bit. Otherwise, if he just stays the same old self, I wouldn't mind. I just love Grace so much. Bradford got, I think, the shortest end of the stick this season. Because ending season 2, there was the definite potential of him spinning off into potentially leaving LA and going to New York for his girlfriend. And remember, here's the thing. They never mentioned once the girlfriend. He's still in a relationship with them, unless they broke off screen, which, from what I remember, they never mentioned her. But I remember that's still a thing. I mean, I could honestly expect them to do a FaceTime scene and just say, hey, we're done. It's just not working out anymore. I wouldn't mind that. There's still the question of like the season 3 finale. Definitely painted one of the last scenes. Definitely painted the picture like, is Bradford interested in Chen in a romantic way? Because like that's the big question mark. Because like when I started the episode reviews, I definitely had that worriness. Like I really don't want them to get paired up. Like they have a sweet relationship, but I don't think it should translate to a romantic relationship. And even like that fake out Chen did like on the last day of her Wes's rookie training, I got scared for a moment because like this is not the way I expected these feelings to come out, and thankfully it was just like a ruse. But now I'm thinking like, is there genuine feelings there? Like, is there? Because like Bradford's not or TO anymore, and you know they've had a really weirder dynamic, but it could have worked out somewhat. It's weird. It's very weird to say. I don't exactly know what the right answer is in that format. But at least for Bradford, it's kind of difficult to like think of something because like that doesn't involve him leaving the show. I feel like his relationship with Chen is gonna probably be his continuing source. I don't know what direction they're gonna take it in next season. I really don't know because we briefly experimented with Bradford getting another rookie, but even that was like an episode, and then they cut out, and then I just think that Bradford and Chen are just something special on screen that. It's the only thing worth it on screen. So whatever they're going to do with Bradford next has to be either Chen related or it has to be something that I'm not even thinking of. Like, I really don't know. Like, maybe revisit his wife, maybe figure out like, his next romantic move. Because I know Bradford's not a romantic guy. Like, he's sweet. He has a heart, but we never get much emphasis on that. And I really want that. Like, it's so concerning for me because, like, I want that, but I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the cases where like I'll let the writers figure it out, you know, instead of me. Thank God I'm not a writer on the show because I would probably destroy his character, and even my prediction's not really helping out that much. But for me, it's difficult to see what to do next for him now that he's not Chen's TO anymore. But if there is any sort of direction, it would definitely involve her. So that's all I'll say for that matter. Harper is. This is going to be her proper third season. We've had her connection with her daughter in her debut season, and then we had Morley of the romantic connection in season 3. And we didn't get anything at all with her ex-husband, and because I'm pretty sure COVID just prevented him from coming on set, or maybe even her own daughter. Hopefully in season 4 we get to pick up on that, and maybe I'm curious because like they touch upon this at the end of season 2 with a different character. It would be interesting to explore if Harper was to get back together with her original partner, to make it a family again, and maybe have Nolan kind of like resurface those like conversations she had with his girlfriend for that season and see if like maybe could that work this time around. Maybe it won't, who knows. Also they definitely left the interesting place. Like, yeah, Harper's interested in a couple men right now. I really don't want to do a love triangle thing. Like I'm fine with that on another show, but not on the Rookie. I really don't. I really hope they figure something out more organically and natural instead of her just picking between the two, because like both people she's interested in, between the father of another fellow classmate of her daughters to then the man who's in charge of that neighborhood story arc we got all season. They're both interesting people. They're both good people, and they would, I think, vibe well off Harper. I just don't know which one's the right pick, and I really hope they just don't make that a big deal. Like, and also Harper and Chen are kind of like forming this own connection right now with everything that's going on, and. Honestly, it would be nice for also Harper to like just kind of be like, she's been a mentor to Nolan these last 2 seasons. It would be nice to kind of get a switch up and have her and Chen have some sort of dynamic, because like we're starting to see seeds of it throughout this season, and so that would be a little bit of an interesting facet to play with a little bit. So I'm curious on that nature. Lopez is in danger. She really is, and I will start off season 4 like the review for that one will say, no matter what, we have to save Lopez. I'm being honest here. I'm sorry. I know, like, I'm probably just copying and pasting my older stuff. But I'm like, she's in danger. She's an engaged, pregnant woman that's now the freaking target of a freaking drug lord. She's not safe. And also, there's another character we'll get to, but she is not safe. We need to get her and the baby back to Wesley at all costs. But again, I really hope with that storyline, I really hope we don't end it off in one episode. Because that was my one problem with this season 3 premiere. Because like, I wanted to see Nolan kind of like fighting this like dark moment of his life. And we really didn't get to see that much because of, you know, probably COVID or probably just in general just wanting to move on to the next thing. So I really hope we get like a little bit more of a play around with this storyline, maybe 2-3 episodes. I know I said these exact words last year. But I really do. I kind of just want to like have like long-term effects for this. Do I say Lopez has to die? Probably not. That's really brutal, and I would never ask for that. Hopefully that won't be the case. But hopefully when and if she survives this, her being a pregnant detective is gonna probably still be a big thing. I do want to see the birth of the baby on screen, not like the actual birth, just like actually getting to see her going through the process, not like that, but you know what I mean. I want to see that going. I want to see her tackling on being a working mom, a mom who's also a detective. I want to see that faster. That would be an interesting point to see on the show and see how that elements get played around a little bit. So I feel like that's where she could possibly head next season. On to Chen. Chen is in a solid place right now for next season. She really is. She's got the undercover thing going, but she's still going to take a little bit of time with that. It's not going to be like a immediate transfer. She's definitely testing the waters a little bit, and hopefully, what I said before at the start with the time jump, hopefully we get to play around with that fast a little bit more, like her just being a regular P2, but also having her have some sort of like conversations of like persuading herself to do more undercover stuff, and hopefully we do get to see her do a bigger operation and then having her go away for a while. That would be interesting to get the time jump. I do believe solidly Chen is going to be the focal point for a time jump. I really do. I really hope they do that. I really don't hope we don't get a fake yet. I really don't. Let's just take I know I said before with the Bradford thing, like with the romantic thing, and I'm speaking polar opposite here. I just want Chen to focus on herself, because thankfully at the halfway mark of last season, season 3, we've had her have that realization that like she can take a break from guys, because the boyfriend she had, the fling she had at the end of season 2 broke up with her off camera in season 3, and then she was thinking about going out with another dude, but then she just said, you know what, I'm not ready for that right now. I'm just gonna focus on myself. And that's great. That's a great move. Hopefully she sticks to it. And I really want the undercover things to like be her crux for season 4. So that's where I'm hoping for her this season. Wes has had so much attention this season, and I love it. I really did. I think he got the back burner in season 2 a little bit. This is a season he definitely got to step up a little bit with everything that was going on with just the world and dealing with Doug. I still do believe I want to see Doug again. I do think so. Like, sure, the way West and Great screwed him over at the end of season 3 was very funny. It was very deserving, and I loved it. But I don't think we're done. I still think there's still more to play with this area, and there's still more room for West to like figure more things out with this rivalry, this mutual hatred for each other. I really want to see more of that, as well as give him a real partner, because like I remember Sterling from the first 2 seasons. I'm like, yeah, that didn't really end well. Like give him someone sweet, someone nice. And I just realized I'm running out of hydration. My throat is drying up, and I don't have any tea on me. This is bad, but thankfully I'm reaching the end of this. On to Nolan. Nolan is, I love the man, and I really want him to be a TL. I really do. I want to see that time jump. I just want to see him get there. I do want him to play around with like doing some solo days by himself. I think maybe we got one already in the last 3 seasons. I just don't remember when that was. I don't think he did. I don't believe so. But I'm excited. I'm really excited to see him, finally not be a rookie anymore. But, someone's got to be the rookie, and he's not going to be the rookie anymore. So I'm really curious to see what he's going to do next in that field. The new woman in his life that they introduced at the end of the finale, very curious to see how that's going to turn out. Like, is that going to be another like one season they're gonna like end it off? Because him and the teacher were kind of vibing off him and the professor. My bad. They were vibing very well off each other, and I could definitely have seen them like pairing up once classes were ending. But who knows? Maybe something will happen down the line. Maybe they just are friends. Who knows? But I'm very curious, because like they did a whole episode this season where we got to see Nolan's ex-wife, and their dynamic was just so interesting. It's not romantic and it's not magical. It's just interesting, because they're playing a divorced couple who's been through a lot in life, and they just have so much mutual respect for each other that honestly I kind of just want to play around with the idea of, let's just see them in an episode just catching up, just like, hey, we're not married anymore, we have no feelings for each other, let's just be friends. and maybe have a flashback episode. Because like I don't know why. Like I've said, I think they said before they are not going to do flashback episodes. I really do want them to do that because I'm just curious. I just want to see how it happened, and Henry and his fiance's wedding. Can we get that this season? I don't know. I'm hopeful we will, but who knows by that point. But I do believe Nolan is going to be in an interesting place, being a P2, doing his own solo thing, and also working his way to be a TL. So he's got that direction right there in his mark. So I can't wait for that. And lastly, anything like I just generally want to see. I do want to see more Henry this season. I think we got like a very lackluster Henry, and his recoveries like could definitely be a focal point for next season. Maybe Nolan's gonna once again decide like should he still be a cop or should he be with his son? Like that's another argument that I could definitely see happening. Bringing back his best friend was interesting, and it was nice for my like season 1 we still remember this stuff we really do. And this is like really wishful thinking. I highly doubt this will happen. I really actually, now that I'm saying it, like I don't think it'll ever happen. It would be, we can get a Bishop appearance or a cameo. We can do that, right? Just to like wrap it up. Maybe like Nolan's final day and we just get to see like a brief cameo. Not like bring her back 100%. I don't think that's ever in the cards again, but like it would be nice to kind of like remember the start of the journey. That I would personally be interested in that, for me at least. The neighborhood arc, I really hope they don't lose that in season 4. I really hope that wasn't just a one season to appease the larger community and then we're out. I want to see more of that. They already developed 2 interesting characters from that world. Please develop them more. And it seemed like the kid, the no one all kill kid, I forgot his name. He's vibing well with Tabitha, Chen's little sister, not really a sister, and also the other guy that Harper's kind of dating and seeing. Like I want to see that. I want to see that continue to develop, and I want to see that continue to grow. Also, it was interesting that like in the episode where Doug had to come back, we got to see another police station. I'm not saying we can get like another batch of rookies for that, or maybe a transfer. That'd be interesting. I'm playing around with the fields here because like we're in the 4th season. There's like so much to go through, and I think the only other things I would want to see is like, deal with, talk about Bradford's status with the girl in New York. Secondly, that mercenary group that we got to see in season 2, please have them come back. I feel like there's still more you can tell with that story arc. And for the love of God, I know I'm not going to play COVID. I am going to play COVID. Bring back Alan Tudyk. I miss him so much. And hopefully next season we'll get to see a more steady stream of like guest stars that we were kind of accustomed to back in season 2. So hopefully we'll get more of that next time around. But I think that's all I got to say. That's like really everything I got to see for season 4. I'm really excited. Can't wait to come back into this world again with new stories to tell. Hopefully new characters. Hopefully a time jump. Hopefully, but until then, that's it for all my season 4 predictions. So let me know in the comments below. What do you want to see in season 4? Let me know down below. I would love to talk. I would love to chat about it. Let's talk about it. Let's plan season 4 out together. Hopefully the writers don't take our ideas. But I think that's going to do it for me, everyone, because I am thirsty as hell. So if you're unaware, this has been What's in the 2 from ActionX, predicting stuff for the Rookie season 4 coming out this fall on ABC. Stay tuned to your local listings for that. That's a horrible transition. I apologize. If you want to see more of What's in the 2 that we're doing besides these Rookie videos, we're doing Nancy Drew episode reviews each and every Thursday mornings after a brand new episode on Wednesday nights on the CW or free the next day on the CW app. We're also doing Walker episode reviews each and every Friday mornings after a brand new episode on Thursday nights on the CW or free the next day on the CW app. We're still off the air for another week. We'll be back next week with another Walker review. We're going to do High School Musical, the series episode reviews for season 2 each and every Saturday mornings after a brand new episode on Fridays on Disney+. But if you only care about the Rookie, I'm very sad to say after 16 weeks of making content about the Rookie, 4 solid months, this is the end of this. We have reached the end of another Rookie season, another Rookie time period for us. I'm going to miss you all. I missed you all last time. I'm going to miss you all again as we wait for season 4. Thankfully, not that much long of a wait. It's only in the fall. So we'll be back on this chair. Hopefully maybe a different setup. Who knows? In 4 months, we'll get to do this all over again. Hopefully. However, on this time slot, there is no new show to announce right now for this. Monday time slot is going to be closed up after next week, because next week is our 200 episode of What's on the Tube. We've reached the big 200, and we are reviewing Gotham. Me and George are back on that couch behind the camera. That if you have not watched a single podcast or PodXcast, you wouldn't know about it. But we're back there. We talked a lot about Gotham for an hour. I love that episode. We just recorded that yesterday at the time of this recording. I love that episode. I can't wait for you all to see it. It's in 4K. But that'll be next week, and then after that, the Monday time slot will be closed. And I believe we'll be closed until we return this fall. But again, this has been What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to see more of us, please subscribe to ActionX on youtube.com/ActionX. Ring that bell for notification when our next Rookie Reviews Live, which will not be coming back until the fall. Like, favorite, share this predictions video if you want to, but it helps us get us out there to other members of the Rookie Nation who had not discovered us by this time period. It helps us beat up that YouTube algorithm that I hate ever so much. And always, sharing is for free. Follow us on social media to stay up to date with any sort of updates for the channel. Until next time, this fall, for all you members of the Rookie Nation, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Thank you so much for joining me on this season. It's been a hell of a ride to get to this season, to be done with it. And now here we are again doing the same thing for season 4. I'm going to miss y'all. But until then, until we meet again this fall, stay safe out there. Be good to each other. And remember, we do a ton of other stuff on the channel. So if you don't want to, you don't want to say goodbye to this face for 4 or 5 months, we do a lot of other shows on the channel. So check that out. But until then, please be safe out there. Please be good to each other. Until then, until I see you all again this fall. Peace out.